Tonight on the Olympic Zone, South Koreans have dominated the short track competition in Pyeongchang.
He wins gold for South Korea.
Find out how Korean culture molds success stories in sports and beyond. Plus,
it's quiet. No ringing, no phones.
Just steps away from the frenzy of the Olympics is a place where fans can search for peace, solitude, and spiritual enlightenment. And nobody is having more fun in Pyeongchang than Mommy Bitey. We travel all over town with the teenage short track star.
This is delicious.
Next on the Olympic Zone.
Hello everyone and welcome to News Channel 21's Olympic Zone. I'm Lee Anderson. Tonight, a gold medal's up for grabs in short track speed skating, and South Koreans are the current favorites to win. We'll head over to Mike Allen with the details. Mike?
Lee, South Korean skaters are known to dominate in short track. Across all events, both the men and women have won 48 Olympic medals overall. But what makes them so good? NBC's Rich Lerner has more.
They're a fixture of Korean towns, large and small. Hagwon, after-hours cram schools. 75% of all students here attend them to prepare for the all-important university entrance exam that will determine their futures. Park Jun-so is 16 and studies 12 to 13 hours a day. Except for my sleeping time and for 1 or 2 hours to eat, he says. It is that kind of work ethic that took this nation from post-war devastation in the 1950s to the 11th largest economy in the world.
And it's not just education. When a sport captures imaginations here, like short track, count on Koreans to excel.
It is Ono to the line, and it is gold for Ono.
Apollo Ono, the most decorated U.S. Winter Olympian ever, lived and trained in South Korea a decade ago.
They are so relentless and almost obsessive in nature in their ability to tackle any challenge.
It is a mentality that carries over to golf as well. Pushed by her father, Se-ri Pak was driven to greatness in that sport at a young age.
And there it is.
It's a lot of pressure, definitely.
There are signs, though, that may slowly be changing.
I want to be 50-50, like more communicating with the kids, which is like more listening and trying to be understanding.
At the new Study Academy, Principal Shim Gun-sup wants to chart a different path towards helping students deal with the pressure of parental expectations. I think we can build bridges of understanding between them and share what they can't share, he says.
He has crushed the opposition.
South Korea producing winning results in the academic and athletic world. Now trying to perfect that work-life balance. Aren't we all?
You can catch the men's 500-meter race tonight on NBC Primetime. Lee, back to you.
Now let's head over to Dakota Kendall for a look at the Olympic medal count heading into primetime. Dakota?
Lee, the U.S. is now comfortably on the leaderboard in the 4th spot overall after the women's hockey team won gold in a shootout with Canada last night. Norway's commanding lead continues in these games with 35 total medals. With just under 48 hours to go, Germany, Canada, and the U.S. all sit in the 20s, but only Germany is in double digits in the gold medal column with a total of 13. The Netherlands rounds out the top 5. Lee, back to you.
For American short track phenom Mommy Bitey, this Olympics was a chance to learn and grow. NBC's Willie Geist caught up with Bitey after her competition ended. Take a look.
When Mommy Bitey qualified for these Olympic Games, she literally fell over with joy.
So excited, she takes herself down.
And the 18-year-old has been charming the country ever since.
Mommy, how do you feel right now?
I feel so ecstatic. I'm like, oh, geez, I think it hit. I think it finally hit. I'm actually here at the Olympic Games.
Biney won't leave Pyeongchang with a medal.
Because of that small mistake, she went from second to last.
But the high school senior won just by introducing herself to the world.
Hey, Mame. How are you?
Good, how are you?
So nice to meet you. You feel a little relief after competition being over?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, whew, I get to relax now.
Was it more difficult than you thought it was going to be, about what you thought it was going to be?
I honestly think it was more difficult than I thought it was going to be, but I'm just excited for next time and just hopefully I can be on that podium.
Dad,
yes.
Can you come in for a second, Mr. Biney? Is your daughter always this happy?
Yeah, she's always happy except when it comes to homework time.
Oh, homework
time.
See, now the Olympics are over, he's already getting on you about homework.
I know!
What was it like to watch your little girl compete in the Olympics?
It was great. It's an honor to represent the United States.
Since you have a few days left, we thought we'd help you do some of the things that you haven't been able to do because you've been skating. Get you some souvenirs, some food, maybe see the beach.
Yummy,
That sound good?
Yummy, that sounds so good.
All right, let's go do it.
Okay.
All right. This is the official speed skating mug of the Olympics?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
I like this one.
Something to curl up with at night.
Yeah.
So what did you pick out here? It's an official Olympic manicure set.
Wow. It smells very fishy. Traditional culture experience.
Ready for some snacks? You said you were hungry.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
I like this. I like this.
So these are like world famous little pancakes. You put sugar in it. And you can eat all this stuff now, right?
Yes, I can. Wow, this is
We happy?
delicious. Daddy, smile.
All right, there's one last thing you have to do. Get your picture with the rings. Everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yay!
Tonight, an Olympic champion will be crowned after the ladies' free skate. As the competition unfolds, members of one Central Oregon club will be watching as they build up their own Olympic dreams.
I was just like, wow, I could do that. That's possible.
That story's next. Figure skating's the oldest and most glamorous sport in the Olympic Winter Games, and it's gaining popularity in Central Oregon. Audrey Roberts woke up bright and early to catch a practice at the Pavilion in Bend. Audrey, did you lace them up?
Lee, no I didn't, but I had a great view of those skaters from the edge of the rink. The Bend Ice Figure Skating Club was founded in 2015. Since we do not have a rink open year-round, the figure skaters have to put in all the time they can during the ice season. Figure skating showcases both grace and skill in a physical art form.
There is nothing like gaining speed across a glassy sheet surface of ice. It's this freeing, liberating, just magical feeling.
You just kind of skate your heart out a bit.
The Bend Ice Figure Skating Club is the only club of its kind in Central Oregon. It's doubled in size in the last year, and the club's president says it could double again next year. Despite its success, limited ice time is a constant challenge.
In Canada, you kind of live and breathe the ice. Ice time is plentiful.
The ice time is costly, and the club shares the rink with other ice sports and the public.
It's a really big hockey community here too, and figure skating's not really the most popular thing.
While the club only meets twice a week, many of these athletes are hitting the ice as much as they can.
Mostly every day I'll come and skate on an open skate, unless it's like crowded or something and there's a lot of people just skating around and it's hard to do stuff without kicking someone.
Thanks to Olympians like Team USA's 18-year-old Nathan Chin, the skating bug can start before they hit the ice the first time.
My family and I get into the Olympics a lot, especially the winter, and I was watching the figure skating and I saw Yulia Lipnitskaya, and she's the really young Russian girl with the red coat. I was just like, wow, I could do that. That's possible to do.
This was my passion when I was a student, and I was constantly watching the TV, all the nationals, Olympics and everything, and I was diehard.
The club is coach compliant with the United States Figure Skating Association.
If that's not going to work, then we can swap it at the very end.
Meaning they are certified with years of experience. Rebecca King was born and raised in Alaska. Her love for skating started young, and she hasn't been able to kick it. After 5 years with Disney on Ice as a tour coordinator, King returns to the rink in a new role as a coach.
In any sport, you have those natural athletes to just get it and it clicks right away. And they're hungry for it. And it's great to see them and want to push them and just let them live that dream.
While the sport as a whole recruits young athletes,
I'm considered old for an ice skater.
In this club, you can join at any age. Parents of students get out there. You're never too old.
So they have adult levels, and they're kind of a combined of the original path that we take. They're just more condensed.
Or too young.
If you have a kid and they're walking, they can skate.
The club is looking for commitment because although ice skating is a family activity, it's more than a hobby to these ice skaters.
A lot of people think, oh, club ice, so I get access to these coaches and there's classes involved, right? Well, it's the ice ability to come out and practice with like-minded athletes. It's not just the recreation going round and round and round.
The club is run by volunteers like Beth Brinston.
Watching the girls just progress and get excited about the sport just brings me joy.
It's her first year as club president, and her background is not in figure skating. She's a Canadian-born hockey player. Her daughter brought her to figure skating.
She discovered figure skating when she was 2 years old and told me that that's what she wanted to do, and she held on to that dream until she was 5 when she was able to get out.
With her mom's commitment to the club, Madison gets extra support.
She helps me with my routines, and she helps me with my skills that I have to do.
And in the words of the youngest skater in the club, who's 8,
it's very fun, exciting, and amazing.
They agree the rink can be a place to escape from the stressors of life.
You can be having the worst day just personally, and you come back onto the ice, and as soon as you're on the ice, you forget everything going on.
It's just nice to hear your edges cut into the ice.
And it makes you think you can do anything.
And here are some quick facts about figure skating itself. The Dutch were believed to be the earliest pioneers of ice skating. According to the Olympic Committee, the Dutch skated on frozen canals to communicate from village to village as far back as the 13th century. Skating eventually spread across the Channel to England, and soon the first clubs and artificial rinks were created. Some people who have been known to figure skate include several kings of England, Marie Antoinette, and Napoleon III. And figure skating made its Olympic debut at the 1908 London Games. In the studio, I'm Audrey Roberts.
For more local Olympic coverage and the very latest on Team USA, head to our Winter Olympics page on ktvz.com/sports. It's your last shot to win a Hoodoo Ski Area prize pack. Olympic trivia is next. Stay with us. Most primetime events tonight are indoors, but outdoor competitions in biathlon and freestyle skiing continue. Let's head over to Emily Kirk with a look at the forecast for the Olympic City.
Well, the biathlon track might be a bit on the soft side as temperatures in the Olympic City are a little too warm, a little above the freezing mark, and a lot of sunshine out there. Actually, let's take a look at the temperatures. This is for Friday, again, as they are 17 hours ahead, but wind chill makes it feel nearly 10 degrees cooler in some locations. So going through the afternoon, we're seeing temperatures into the upper 30s and even lower 40s for some locations. And this evening, we'll be under a mostly cloudy skies with fairly mild temperatures in South Korea. For now, we'll send it back to you.
It is time for your final chance to win a Hoodoo Ski Area prize pack. Let's head over to Mike with today's Olympic trivia. Mike?
Thanks, Lee. And remember, if you know the answer to today's question, head to the KTVZ.com homepage to play. Yesterday, we asked what year the Olympics first aired on TV in color. The answer is 1968. Brenda Murphy of Bend was our trivia winner for the weekend. Or for yesterday, rather. Brenda, we'll be in touch to get you your Hoodoo prize pack. And today, we're asking which of these continents have never hosted the Winter Olympics? Here's a hint. There are 4 continents that have never hosted the Winter Games, so one is left out of the correct answer for this quiz. If you know the answer, head to our website's homepage to vote and enter to win those Hoodoo tickets. And we'll announce our final winner tomorrow night right here on the Olympic Zone. We'll be back to you.
Still to come on the Olympic Zone, Ann Thompson takes a break from the excitement of the Olympics to visit a place where peace and quiet offer an opportunity for reflection. Stay with us. The excitement and chaos of the Olympics can be overwhelming, but many visitors have found an oasis outside of the Olympic venues. Dakota Kendall has more.
Lee, the temples in Pyeongchang bring tranquility and peace to visitors and athletes alike. Here's NBC's Ann Thompson.
The path to enlightenment leads up these steps at Woljungsa, a temple first built nearly 14 centuries ago, inviting tourists to experience Korean Buddhism firsthand with a program called Temple Stay, offering a time to pause, set aside worries, and see yourself at the mercy of nature. In weather that feels like 9 below, it gives new meaning to the concept of chill. This is morning service. In clothes you were given, you perform the prostrations of humility, connecting your forehead, elbows, and knees to the ground. The spirit is willing, but this flesh is not so flexible. Canadians James Mayu and Raymond Bibu are two of the Temple Stay guests.
This is the main big room.
It's big. Except for their Olympic souvenirs, this is an experience unembellished by luxuries.
It's quiet. No ringing, no phones, no
TV, no Wi-Fi, no
anything.
Yeah.
The meals are modest, vegetarian, and you meditate, freeing yourself from the material desires that dominate our lives, seeking nirvana, if only temporarily.
You have to stop for a moment and give something back and give to your own spirit to relax, to see who you are.
Such self-discovery requires focus. Wan Hong, the temple's vice abbot, tells me over tea, a cleansing ritual for the senses.
You must relieve your mind of all distractions to reach the final goal of Buddhism. Nobody can teach you how to reach nirvana. Nobody can just hand it to you. If I point at the moon, don't be distracted by my finger.
With the Olympic Games just nearby, there's a surge in business. Guests coming from all corners of the world.
What is the one thing you hope people take away from Temple Stay?
Of course, peace. Yes, peaceful mind.
And for this week, even for the most devout, a little of the Olympic spirit.
We're taking a quick break. Coming up, a look ahead at NBC Primetime.
Thanks for joining us today for the Olympic Zone. Let's head over to Mike and Dakota for a look ahead tonight.
Lee, tonight it's all about the ice with competitions in figure skating and short track ahead.
We'll be back tomorrow with the very latest on the Winter Olympic Games. But for now, we say goodnight and enjoy. Here's Mike Tirico.
Hello, everyone. Mike Tirico at the International Broadcast Center coming up tonight on NBC. It's one of the most anticipated nights on the ice. The ladies free skate, featuring a trio of Americans, while Russian skaters currently sit in first and second place after the short program. Plus, a trio of medals at stake in short track. We'll see an all-out sprint in the men's 500 meters, the chaos of the men's 5,000-meter relay, and South Korea seeking another gold on home ice in the women's 1,000 meters.